I've said it once and I'll say it again. Not taking ourselves too seriously is one of the most beneficial skills that we can learn in life. Because when we do take ourselves too seriously, everything that happens to us or around us or through us becomes a lot more personal. And we start to judge the people around us, or we just start to look at the world as though it's happening to us and not necessarily through us. But when you see yourself as just sort of the comedic relief in life, then you get to find the humor in just about every single situation, whether it's engaging in contentious dialogue with your friends or family members about, latest conspiracy theories or about whether or not they like the latest movies or books. And then you start realizing that you're just using a series of words and sounds that have been passed down to you from years, hundreds and maybe even thousands of years. Well, definitely thousands of years of evolution of the human mind, and this is what it's culminated to. So just finding a little bit of humor in each and every interaction can be a good way to add a little bit of joy to your life. And that's one of the things that I've done, because I used to take things very personally, whether it was just thinking in regards to, somebody sends you a text message, you respond, and then they don't respond. I take it personally, and then I'd add an entire story around it without actually trying to investigate whether or not they were busy, or whether or not they just didn't feel like talking at the time, or maybe they just weren't feeling good. But I take it personally and add a story like, they don't want to talk to me, I'm not intelligent enough, or they just don't find me a particularly good conversationalist, ergo, no more messages. And then, story adds in, like, I'm not good enough, I'm a terrible individual, and that just keeps feeding and festering into this world because we take ourselves so seriously, and this causes us to judge ourselves based upon the way that we think other people see us, but not necessarily the way they actually see us, because they're too busy thinking about themselves and not necessarily us. So, what we can do is shift and adjust our intentions so that we actually have the initial goal of not taking things seriously, finding the comedy of life, and just laughing at ourselves, especially with our mistakes, because mistakes are so prevalent in life. They're such a important aspect of the learning process, but so often we'll just add these negative labels just because of our conditioning and the domestication process of the lives that we have lived. So when we can find a way to laugh at ourselves for overcooking the pasta or burning the oats, finding the humor in this can cause joy to materialize in the less than optimal situations. And then you get to learn, so everybody wins. Thanks for tuning in. That's the thought for today. Don't take yourself too seriously, and see where life takes you from there. Doodles.